Hello, everybody, YouTubers, Facebookers, Half Measure Roomers. This is Oliver, your Half Measure Room blogger. I haven't done a vlog in a while. Last time I did this, it was over the 12 steps. I did a video log for each step in the program. Today's kind of a special day for me. I was looking forward to making this. I was waiting to get home from work. I got my book in the mail. For those that may not know Half Measures Room, what it's about, this is something new to you. This is a blog that I set up back in the MySpace days. I set up a kind of a group. Uh, it was a faux profile under the Half Measures Room name to keep it anonymous, not affiliated with my personal profile. I had a friend of mine I'd gone to meetings with that had started a sober page that I really enjoyed, and it was kind of a place, kind of like a meeting place, like going to a meeting and talking about sobriety and the 12 steps. And then I found another one called Punk Friends in Recovery that I really liked. I've always been into punk rock, and this guy was really hard-edged and in your face about sobriety, and wasn't ashamed to really go into details and talk about it face to face. He wrote a lot of really good blogs that I appreciated, so I wanted to do something similar, but different and unique on its own. And I thought about those half measures rooms in your meetings places where there's like couches and where you can hang out in between the meetings. Some people hang out during the meeting instead of going to the meeting. And it's just a place to hang out and talk and be casual. But I also wanted to stick to literature and have topics to go off of. So that was my at the forefront of my ideas. So that's what my blogs kind of led off with, was a passage from one of the recovery books. But I didn't want to associate with any 12-step fellowship in particular. I did not want to be a spokesperson for a 12-step fellowship, and I wanted to invite anybody, whether it was cocaine or alcohol or heroin or food or sexual addictions. Anybody who's having problems that they wanted to abstain from things that they were addicted to. I wanted to invite them. Also, people that may have problems with enabling, people that had alcoholics or addicts in their family that they're maybe married to, that they're enabling, and we're trying to get away from that kind of thing and to recover from that sort of deal. Mothers against mad mothers against drunk driving, people like that. And that's who I became friends with after moving from MySpace and into Facebook. My friend base kind of grew from just a few hundred people to about 1,500, I think, is what my friend base is now. Uh, Things have kind of slowed down. I've gone through a lot in the past few years, a lot of different reasons. Had a bad head injury. I did relapse, go back to drinking after the head injury, and lost my job and all kinds of things. But it's really on the up and up. I'm about 2.5 years sober now, and something I've been collecting after when MySpace started kind of closing down, and I moved my profile over to Facebook. I collected all my old blogs and put them in a Word document, and kind of worked on a book. Writing is something that I've always been into. In high school, it was poetry and short stories, but I've always wanted to be like a novelist. That was always been kind of my dream ever since I was a child. Is to write books for a living. But after getting into sobriety, I just couldn't think of anything fictional anymore. My poetry kind of stopped, but the blogging seemed to make a lot of sense to me. My dad told me once that the best novelists, the best writers, journalists wrote about things that they knew, that they had experience with, and so sobriety and getting loaded and recovery is something that I do have a lot of experience with, and something that I'm very knowledgeable about. So blogging about sobriety came pretty easy to me, And so I've collected these blogs, and I wanted to put them into a book, and so that was my first. This is my first attempt at doing that, and I found one of these self-publishing sites called Booky on the internet, and so this is my first attempt at making a book. But before I get into going over this book, I want to kind of show you where I'm at. This is my backyard. I try to go different places when I do these vlogs. You know, go somewhere different, so it's not the same image of me in the same place every time. So I just want to show you my backyard. You see this fence back here is a park back here that my kids like to go to. Something that I've always been very adamant about whenever we move somewhere is to be in a neighborhood where we can ride our bikes somewhere close to a park, and where there's sidewalks where we can walk, or we can ride our bikes or skate or whatever. But I wanted to do this vlog in the backyard and show y'all this. Hope y'all can see this well. This is a picnic table that my wife bought, that the kids helped her paint. You can see they put their handprints here. My wife is a very good type of artist and has always drawn things really well. So I was really impressed with the table, and it was a really good idea to have something in our backyard as a little fairy that she uses to put her jewelry on. She makes jewelry. That's another thing she's good at. Not only drawing, but doing jewelry. So she's also very creative, like I am with writing and stuff like that. She's very creative making things. So something else I like to do is to grill. That's my grill over there. It's got a grill cover on it right now, but I've got one of those Kingsford box smoker grills. I like the charcoal. I'm not really into propane. So that's something I like to do when I have the time and the funds, is to get stuff and cook on the grill. I'm not much of a cook in the kitchen, so much as I like doing things on the grill. You know, burgers and ribs and steaks and things of that nature. Anyway, so this is my backyard. It's kind of a duplex. We lived here going on the second year. For a while, I lived in my folks' house. After the head injury and everything, we had to move out of our place. But it's good to have our own home again. I just didn't want to do the vlog inside. I wanted to be outside. It's very hot. I'm here in Texas, Austin, this central Texas hill country, and temperature's been about 90, 97, 98 degrees lately. But it's in the evening. It's getting close to 7 o'clock, so I figured this is a good time of day to come out here and do this video vlog. But anyway, half measures room. It's something that I stopped doing for a little while after the head injury, but I finally kind of edged back into writing the blogs. Just not as often anymore. I used to do them, I think, once a week, and now I'm doing them maybe once a month. My scheduling has been a lot different. My personality has changed because of the head injury and going back out again. But I think things have gotten better, and I'm really looking forward to being a little more active with the Half Measures Room website and the profile on Facebook. There's a couple group pages that I want to work on. One of them is the Burning Desires. If some of y'all have seen that or haven't friended it yet, please do. It's just a place that I want to invite people to come and talk about things that maybe they didn't get to share in the meeting, or something that's been on their mind that they want to talk about. And the other one is called Ask It Basket. I haven't really worked on fixing that yet. But that's another one with just questions people have, or answers that people want to give to the things that people are wondering about sobriety. But there are closed groups, just like my Half Measures Room page is also closed. That way people can be comfortable in their anonymity, and it's not being broadcast out to the Facebook world. Unlike this video, of course, is on YouTube. Anybody can watch this. But if this is your first time watching this, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will do vlogs occasionally. Not too many people have been watching them. One of them in particular, I think it had like 78 views, which I think is strange. I don't know why that one in particular had so many views. The other ones are like 6, 7 views. The halfmeasuresroom.com website is another one that I had issues with in the beginning. I had this comment box, and at first it was really nice hearing from people, getting comments, but then it started being infiltrated by spammers and people trying to sell things. So finally, somebody at work also uses WordPress, and she was telling me that I can have the comments boxes removed, so I did. But I still have the email as Oliver@halfmeasuresroom.com if you ever want to send me an email to talk about something or have a question, or want to promote something that you're doing in addiction, alcoholism, or recovery world. Feel free to send me an email about that. I think there's also a yahoo.com, halfmeasuresroom at yahoo.com is also an email address you can use that to empty that email box was full. I used to do online radio for blogtalkradio.com. Something that I'd like to get back into again is doing online radio, which is, for me, was more like meeting room. Also, it was letting people call in and take calls, and I really miss doing that. It's something I want to pick up and do again soon. Which is another reason why I wanted to self-publish this book. I never wanted to make any money off Half Measures Room. It's never been my intent. It's always been like a non-profit thing. If I do make any money off this book, it's going to be going towards picking up the online radio. It's like $40 a month, I think, to do online radio, and I'm just not financially set right now to do something like that yet. But it was a once a week kind of thing, just an hour. Something I look forward to doing again. rumradio.org is another really good website, similar to what Half Measures Room is doing, a little more detailed and experienced. I've known Joseph for a long time. Me and him shared our first sponsor together. Really appreciate Joseph and what he's doing. He's the one that kind of edged me into doing online radio. So if you have a chance, please check out the rumradio.org website. And he also has radio shows during the week on blogtalkradio.com. But to get back to the book that I wrote, it's a collection, really is what it is. This is the softcover version. Just got this in the mail today, and I'm really impressed with it. It came out, very, very good quality. But something my wife pointed out was the print is kind of small. It's not as big as it should be. So that's something that I'm going to do after posting this video log, is go back in and kind of edit it and make the print a little larger, which means the book will have more pages. So the price may go up a little bit. So I'm going to try to do something with the price on that, and make the price either the same as it is now or a little cheaper. And once I get all that fixed, I'll put a new link up to that on the Facebook page. Man, my sun's really getting to us, isn't it? See if I can sit in the way. Yeah, once I get all that finished, I'll put a new link up on the Facebook profile, and another link on the halfmeasuresroom.com website. So please check it out. There's an e-reader on there. You can look at the book yourself without buying it, just to look at it, read it. I don't know if there's an ebook for sale, but I do know there's a soft cover and a hardcover for sale. The hardcover is only a few bucks more. But once I edit it and get the type a little bit bigger and get everything changed, I want to go ahead and order a hardcover for myself. And once that's done, I'll do another vlog and show y'all what it looks like. But this starts off with a quote from this guy Fred that I knew. One of the few people in the program that I've ever visited in the hospital. He had a bad motorcycle accident, and which really concerned me and some other people that knew him well. So I went and visited him in the hospital, and he seemed to be doing really good. And then shortly after he was released, he passed away. I really like it, though. What he said here is, without booze, it is hard to stay drunk. Without money, it is hard to buy booze. If we sober up, we are probably going to change everything around us. Change is very frightening. It is a condition of sobriety because we are afraid we stay drunk. And so I put that quote as a remembrance of him, to open my book up. And I've got some history about HMR on here, and some acknowledgments. Wanted to kind of say thanks to some people in particular. But like I said, this book here, this first one that I'm making is it's just pretty much all the blogs from the MySpace website, which I created back in 2008. So this is like, a couple years worth of blog material. I have some other stuff for a couple more books. So I'm going to start working on that next after this one's finished and ready to go, which won't be as many pages, but I think the blogs will be a little more in tune with the way things have changed for me now, as sobriety always changes and we evolve, and how we react to things and how we understand things. You read these books, these sobriety books, these books about recovery, and after such a long period of time, you reread them and read them over again. And for me, it's almost like reading something new again. I come up upon a paragraph or a couple sentences that mean a lot to me, whereas before I may not have understood them as well as I do today. So it's good to be always reading something. I have 2 devotional books that I read every morning. That's something that I'm really into. I like reading the pamphlets in the meeting places. That's another thing I like to read. But always staying in tune, starting that day off right, and ending it well is very important to me. It's something that I've really gotten into, and the prayer and the meditation and thinking of others and thinking less of myself is really a primary goal for me. I got about a few minutes left. I want to go ahead and just flip through here and just pick out a blog here to read, just kind of give you a taste of what's in this book. See if I can find something a little long. Here we go. This one's called Vicious Cycle. It's on page 97. Life has been full. Life has been challenging. Life has been demanding. Life keeps on going. Life never stops, drunk or sober. It continues on. It's how I am participating in it today. That is the most important question I must ask myself constantly. Am I contributing? Am I doing my part? Am I correcting matters that concern me? Am I staying out of other people's business? Sobriety can become repetitive. Sobriety can become dull. Sobriety can become ordinary, routine. It will be a struggle some days. It will come easy on others. Sometimes it will be a real chore. Other days it will seem like the greatest gift ever. One day I will be on fire in the meeting, sharing from the heart. The next, I will be sick of hearing the sound of my own voice. I am a cyclical person. I go through phases like anyone, I assume. There are times when I crave Apple Jacks for breakfast, every day even. Then a month or so later, I'm wanting cornflakes. I will be on the metal binge for a while, listening to Obituary and Black Sabbath. A couple of weeks later, I will be into rap music. When coping with the difficulties in life, my natural desire is to feel better. My initial reaction is to spend money, have fun, eat food, play video games, watch movies. Anything to escape my current mood. I am not saying these things are bad. That is just usually a clear indicator that something is bothering me, especially if Oliver is laying on the couch all day watching daytime television, like yesterday. I had no work, barely got 20 hours last week. I'm having trouble making bills, feeling useless, worthless, less than. It brought me back to the misery of active addiction. Not appealing to me at all, that constant inner battle, wanting to drink like I want to, but knowing in my heart that I don't deserve it. Nor will it ever lead to any good, nor is it even possible for very long. One more attempt to control drinking, and one more miserable failure at managing life. I remember the insistent denial. I got this under control. Why won't everybody just leave me alone? My drinking isn't hurting anybody. Talk about not knowing the difference between the true and the false. I really did think I was having a normal life like everyone else, although alcohol and drugs were running it, not me. All my choices were made after getting the drink. That is what was paramount in my life. Sure, it was a big problem at times, but most of the times, hell, I thought I was doing a pretty good job of concealing it. I really didn't want anyone to see how much I was drinking. That's why I spent so much time away from home. My girlfriend had to remind me last night that our bills are paid. The electricity is on. We have gas in the car, food in the fridge, still gainfully employed, a lot to be grateful for. And I must add sobriety to that list today. It should be on the top. for without that, none of the before mentioned would last very long anyway. She reminded me that we were doing the best we can, that everything will be taken care of. We are placing our trust in God today and rely upon Him to carry us through. When I was actively using and drinking, I relied upon myself, and I was constantly let down. It was a regular thing for the electricity to be cut off, or the eviction notice on the door, or the house piling up with shit because I was too damn lazy to clean it, or stumbling into work again from being hungover, or ignoring my kid, constantly fighting with my wife, fearing going to jail because I'm always drinking and driving, fear of losing my job because I would drink at work. There are a lot less things threatening me today. I am causing a lot less damage. Times have been worse, and I truly am in a better place. Just put my best foot forward and realize that this too shall pass. It may not get absolutely better, but I'm sure that we'll get different. So much of that really hit me. I'm sorry, the sun get in your eyes there for a second. So that's kind of a wake-up call. Yeah, to talk about the music. I immediately thought about my MP3 player lately. It's I just been playing that instead of throwing CDs in because I have just a range of taste in music, and it's nice hearing something a little different when I'm going into work. It's about a 30-45 minute drive into work, so I get to hear different things. And the other one is I talked about a girlfriend. This is my current wife, my girlfriend. And it's always important to have someone in your life to bring problems to. A sponsor, a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, a best friend, a mentor, anyone that you can trust to tell anything to, anything that's bothering you, and they can help shed some light on the current situation. And something I'll end with this. Something that's I probably brought it up in blogs recently, but people always talk about these gratitude lists. That's something I haven't been very, very good at as far as making gratitude lists. But something that's helped me in the past couple of years is think about how when I think things are really bad and I'm feel like I'm in some trouble, it's better for me to think about how worse things could be, which helps me to remain grateful for what I have today, because things could be so much worse. Sobriety has really helped open things up for me. Where I just didn't have any chances when I was getting loaded. I thought I did, but I was really just kind of smudging things for a little bit, throwing some dirt on something for a little while and covering it, and then the wind or something, the coldness would blow it through or burn it off, and it would be there again, just as nasty as ever, if not worse. That's what I have for y'all today. Like I said, this book is on bookymon.com, and I'll throw some links up as soon as I get the edit better, and I'll let y'all know how that goes. But I appreciate everyone watching this, and look forward to hearing from y'all soon on Facebook. See if I can find my cursor to turn this thing off. All right, have a good day.